Hey, what is going on, tribe? Welcome to my channel. So, just going out for a little late night stroll because I can't sleep. I don't know what it is. It might be because I had a coffee late, but well, the energy is just mad. But so I'm just going out for a little late night stroll, and I was just kind of meditating, and just a lot of things was just coming to mind. So I'll share some of my thoughts with you guys anyway. So one of the thoughts is that it's very interesting that more and more people that you see online and just in general are starting to question stuff, right? Which I find it's very good. Like the times that we're in, there's a lot of things coming to light and people are starting to kind of catch on, right? One of the things is how people are starting to realize how they're getting fed up of just having to pay bills, having to work 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet, and they still ain't even having money to get by, right? And it's like the maths ain't mathing, yeah? Things ain't adding up, right? And people are starting to catch on to it. So it's like the way the system is basically using your, how should we say it, your energy to keep the system running, right? So they have you doing things, just basically just draining your life force energy, right? And basically, because energy is just currency, right? So they're basically just using your currency and your time to just fuel the system, right? And one of the most important things there is time, because time you cannot get back, right? So yeah, people starting to question it, and like it's like the price of everything is going higher and higher and higher, and it's like, so my mind's just gone blank. The price of everything is just going up, right? And it's like, but the quality of things is getting worse, yeah? Or yeah, basically we're paying more for less in general, right? So people are starting to question it, and what I've noticed is is a lot of people are starting to try to move out of like big cities and stuff, because the cities are like where the main problems are, right? That's how the system wants to keep the cities running, because that's like, it's like the motherboard. Like if you look at a motherboard, yeah, for a computer, you see it looks a lot like a city, right? So that's why they're trying to say, oh yeah, the world's overpopulated, there's no houses and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, like if you've ever been on a plane, there is plenty of land, there is enough to go around, and you have a small minority of people that don't want to share, right? So back to the housing thing. Humans are not meant to live in tower blocks and these small ass houses that you can't even swing a cat round. I was just thinking of it when I was meditating. I was like, oh, you know what, yeah, I'd like to have, I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for what I have, the things that I have, but it's like, dude, I need more space. Like I feel my energy is expanding, right? And I don't know, maybe it's the city, I'm feeling kind of contained, right? And my energy is feeling suppressed, right? In the cities anyway. So it's like, man, like, I'm not saying, listen, you don't need a lot, but people ain't meant to be living in like box houses, yeah? And stacked on top of each other. Yeah, it's not people. I'm not meant to live like that. So like for one, tower blocks. Yeah, they're like just big energy harvesting hubs. Yeah, should I say? Because they're just stacking people on top of each other, and they're just harvesting the energy. So it's like and also in tower blocks, say for instance, because the energy is contained, right? It's like if one neighbor is blaring music, yeah, just use this as an example. If one neighbor's blaring music, it's going to affect another neighbor, so then that neighbor's going to get pissed off maybe, and then that energy is just going to keep circulating around the building, if that makes sense. This is what I'm kind of envisioning, or whatever's just coming to mind. So it's like you need to have space to expand, if that makes sense. And in the cities, there's not room for expansion, is what I feel. They just want control and containment, should we say. What else? And while I was meditating, some other stuff come to mind, or I don't know, it was more of a channeled message about the body's under tremendous pressure right now. I'm going through changes, so there's going to be a lot of things coming to the surface for healing, and it can be very uncomfortable when you're dealing with like your suppressed trauma. Like sometimes if you've been traumatized or have certain things to you, you may block it out, like that it's just the body's natural defense mechanism just to block it out, or to kind of block it out or suppress it, right? But the energy doesn't go away. The body still remembers the trauma. Like, I don't know, the body still remembers the trauma, and that's going to be coming to the surface, so it can be very uncomfortable, and the memories can be very painful as well when they're coming to the surface. So I think the last week or so, good God, like I've been going through it. It's like some things have been coming to light, and it's like, wow, I didn't even know certain things were suppressed, should we say, or things just come to light in it, and it's been very uncomfortable. And one of the meditations that I've been kind of doing is about kind of, what's the word, easing into the body, so relaxing into the body, because we're multi-dimensional beings, right? So everyone's energy is different, but we're going to be functioning on different levels, right? So for me, for instance, one of my, I don't know, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but one of my traumas is I've somehow separated I've somehow managed to disconnect from my emotions. So one of my what I'm learning is to reconnect, if that makes sense, right? Because it's like, that's just my defense mechanism to not connect. So what I've been doing for a little while now is trying to reconnect, right? And it's like, if you haven't been feeling emotions for a very long time through alcohol or drugs, in my case, mine was more alcohol, right? Like suppressing. When you haven't got the crutch or the substances to rely on anymore, it's like, okay, you're going to have to, it's like relearning and reparenting yourself to feel the emotions. And emotions can be very uncomfortable, and identifying emotions, and being able to feel safe expressing emotions, and feeling safe to know that all your emotions are valid, right? So that's some stuff that I've been going through the last couple of weeks or whatever. Because we're not taught emotional intelligence, right? We're just yeah, we're not taught emotional intelligence, right? So that's something that I'm kind of relearning stuff and relearning, not and stuff. I'm relearning and doing. Yeah. Sometimes I say, oh yeah, I'm trying, but it's like no, it's like we're actually doing. And one thing that was come through with meditating is about speaking my truth. I've been trying to do that more, and that's so uncomfortable. But that stems back to previous lifetimes and also this lifetime being shut down. Previous lifetimes being a witch or a wizard, a medicine man or whatever, and a medicine man. Okay, the cat's just ignoring me. You know when you do that to a cat and it just looks at you in disgust and that feel violated. So yeah, so I was shut down in previous lifetimes, and that's like kind of my lesson in this lifetime as well. So it's like, okay, cool. So been having a lot of throat chakra issues since 2020, and yeah, so it's just trying to reconnect, speak our truth. And one of the lessons, we're being guided to not play it small no more and stand in our power and speak our truth. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, you can. Oh shit, it's not. I think that's the sea, if I'm correct. I don't know, it's the sea or something. But yeah, we're being guided to stand in our power and speak our truth. And it's no longer time to play it small. And a lot of us light workers have, like, we don't like being seen, if that makes sense. Like I listen, I know my energy is powerful, right? But I don't like being seen or in the spotlight, right? Like I don't mind doing stuff behind the scenes, right? But I don't like being in the spotlight. I don't like being put on the spot, right? So, and I find it uncomfortable, right? So that come to me when I was meditating. It's time to kind of start getting comfortable in that. And also while I was meditating, the thing from Spider-Man coming to my mind as well. With great power comes great responsibility, right? And a lot of us, well, I'll speak for myself, you can only speak for I, right? Yeah, I'm scared of having more power because it means more responsibility, right? Which is cool. But it's like, dude, like at times it's like, dude, I still feel like a fucking child. Like inside, yeah, I'm a child. Like I've still got my childlike nature, right? So it's like, oh yeah, I think it's like being cool to be more of an adult, should we say? And it's like, okay, cool, which is cool, but still being able to keep your like childlike essence, if that makes sense. Because a lot of us, I'll speak for myself, but I can say a lot of us, people that's on the journey, we've had it rough, right? We've had it rough. For me, having to grow up young, yeah, I've grown like so young, yeah. It's like I think I was having a healing session like a few weeks ago. No, it was like last week. And in the healing session, it was like something come up in childhood, and it was like I suppressed I put my emotions to the side to be strong. To be strong for my mum or something like that. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's like, dude, like I've been shut off from my emotions for a very long time. So it's like, okay, that's, I think trauma usually happens I think it's around age 8 for some reason. I don't know, I was doing a lot of reading. It's like most people, the percentage happens around 8 to 9 or something like that. Some before and some after, but I think the majority is around age 7 for some reason. There's a thing with numbers like 7, and then with that, when your trauma happened, there's a certain cycle that happens. So I don't know, you might repeat, like you might self-sabotage, go into destructive mode, shut down every like 7 years or something like that. It's just because it's like suppressed trauma coming up and trying to replay itself, because the mind the mind is so dumb but so smart at the same time, because it's easily programmed, and the mind likes to repeat, the ego likes to repeat previous situations when they no longer exist, if that makes sense. It's a defense mechanism. So that's interesting. What else was coming up? Stand in our power, to be seen, to speak your truth. Oh yeah, eating came up as well. The vessel's going through like a lot of changes, right? So it's going to be very uncomfortable, and to eat lighter, like to be mindful of what you're eating. For some reason, I don't know, in major cities, right, or this society, a lot of people are eating too many carbs and not burning them off, so they're just storing the carbs, and the carbs is just turning into fat, because it turns into glucose, sugar, right? And the body's not burning it off. If we was hunter-gatherers, we didn't even really, we had grain, but not bread. Bread is so not good for you. bread is so, especially white bread, is like a no, innit? Yeah, but bread is so not good for you. Like, I'm still adjusting and still working on stuff. It's like today I was eating, I had some meat and stuff, some rice, but I did have quite a lot of fruit and vegetables, and I feel energized after the fruit and veg, right? Obviously fruit and veg still has a lot of life force energy in it, because it's not been cooked and not had the life force of it evaporated or obliterated, right? Like when you're cooking meat is dead twice before you eat it. Obviously they have to slaughter the animal and then you have to consume it, right? So when you're eating it, it's like, obviously you need protein and stuff. There's other sources of protein, but meat is like the go-to for now anyway. But we're slowly adjusting, becoming more lighter, should we say, in frequency. So we'll need less food, because eventually we'll just start running off of energy, right? If that makes sense. Like we get energized by the sun, so we don't actually need food, but that's a practice that you have to learn. I'm not there yet. This is just stuff that's coming to me, so I'm just sharing it with you guys. What else was there? The body. Oh yeah, being multi-dimensional, right? So being multi-dimensional is very interesting, because it's like I'm in tune with all my surroundings, right? Trees, plants, water, my whole surroundings. And then I'm also aware of my physical body, right? My mind, past, present, and future, yeah? Like even when I'm walking, I can feel I can feel everything. It's so weird. So it's actually a lot to process, if that makes sense. So I don't know, they like to label stuff, like people with ADHD, well, they diagnosed me with nearly they nearly diagnosed me with everything, but it's just labels, right? We're actually living in like multiple realities at once, so it can be very hard to function. It's like, okay, cool, I'm aware of my physical body, I'm aware that I'm walking, but I'm also all at the same time, I'm also aware of my surroundings. It's like I'm walking, I can feel everything, my mind's going. And I can also feel like my knees aching, I don't know, I need to ground more, but there's I don't know, there's like trapped energy in my knees that needs to be released, right? Where was I going? That, yeah, being multidimensional, being able to feel multiple things at once. So it's like, okay, cool, I'm aware of everything that's going on in the world, right? I'm aware of my past, present, and future. Not future, but the past and present, should we say. The future is unknown. and then yeah, it's hard. Some things are just hard to explain, and it's very difficult. But it's like I'm physically here, but I'm in more than one place, if that makes sense. If you resonate with it, just let me know with it, because yeah, some things are just hard to. You can't. That's what I'm saying. Once you start, your mind starts opening. It's very hard to. The information that you get from the ethers, right, is hard to put into words, if that makes sense. Like some things, there's not even, some energies and stuff, there's not even words for, if that makes sense. And it's like the English language is actually very, very hard, and it's coded, and it's spells that you're speaking, right? What's it called? Because like most countries, like if like European language, most European language is based off Latin, right? And English goes back down to the Rothschilds and stuff. With the school systems, language and stuff like that. And it's like England is the only country that drives on the left when the majority of other countries drive on the right and stuff. So yes, interesting. But yeah, actually functioning in this physical vessel is very hard at times. I swear to God, like it's very hard to function. And it's like when people are just getting on with their day-to-day stuff, yeah. It's like, bruh, like I am struggling just to make it through the day at times, like just to function. Like Jesus, like I don't know, simple things like cooking a meal and stuff. It's like, dude, I'm doing so many things just by existing, yeah. Like even just cooking a meal right now is, I'm not saying right now, but like when I'm going through it or whatever, it's like, dude, that is just like impossible. Not impossible, but it's hard work. Like it's hard work. It's like if you got your emotions going, your mental and the physical all going at the same time, yeah. Or if they're out of sync, yeah, man, I'm so out of sync. I'm trying to get back into sync. We're all out of sync, to be fair. We're so out of, like, even with the, what's it called, the circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm is so out of whack, right? And we're so out of touch with the planet. It's just like, well, it's surprising that we're able to function the way how things are so messed up. So it's about trying to come back into balance. That's what we're trying to do. And one thing that is very important that I've been trying to do is work on this damn nervous system. Because the nervous system is like one of the main things that holds the trauma, right? And it still thinks that you're in fight or flight mode. It's like, when is it? The last couple of weeks, I know I've been in, like it's come to the forefront, dude, you've been in survival mode your whole life, right? There's more to than just being in survival mode. And I'm becoming very aware of this, so I'm trying to fight to get out of survival mode, yeah, while still being in survival mode, if that makes sense. It's like, dude, like there's more to life than just being in survival mode, and not a lot of people even know that they're in survival mode. They're just cracking on and just don't even know what's happening in it. But when you start becoming aware, it's like, dude, like I'm running, like one of my defense mechanisms is I need to keep moving, right? So I'm always moving, and it's like I'm aware of that I need to keep moving, right? But I'm trying to slow myself down, if that makes sense. Like I've got patience is the key tattooed on my hand, right? And I've known this for a little while, but it's just like a reminder. But it's now starting to kind of sink in. It's like, dude, you need to slow down. And a lot of people need to slow the fuck down as well, because we're heading nowhere fast, yeah? Where do you actually need to be? You just need to be present and just experience the journey. That's why you're here, to experience just the whole human experience, the good, the bad, the emotions, the mental, the physical. They've all got lessons and things to teach you, right? And that's why you're here, to learn from them. Yeah. And it's just interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, this video is getting a bit longer than I expected anyway, gang. But yeah, I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon. Just going for a late night stroll. Well, it's not even a late night stroll, it's like early morning. I think it's early morning prayer still. Okay. Yeah, it is early morning prayer. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon. I might do one in the next couple of days if my energy's good. Maybe it's the coffee. Maybe I shouldn't have had a damn coffee so late. But you know, we just go with it. We just go with it. It's part of the experience. Yeah, I was meant to have a coffee at like 7 o'clock. Sometimes like I'll have a coffee and can still go to bed. So I don't know what's happening today. Maybe the energy is just running wild. Yeah, it's early morning prayer. Yeah, so yeah, gang, I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon. Yeah, and if any of the video resonated, hit the comments and let me know, man. But yeah, gang, I'm gonna hit you guys up. Peace, love, and light, tribe.